up, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the Flow Show, no filter. Back for another Taco Tuesday. Where them tacos at? But before we get into all the mess, let me cover my ass. No Diddy. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show, no filter, are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. How we feeling today? Back for another episode. Seems like we've been gone too long already. It is Taco Tuesday. Another Flow Show, no filter. And Diddy and his documentary and all the backstories that are coming out are dominating the headlines. We got to talk about it. So let's talk about it. Who we got up in here, y'all? We got, what's up, Grandma Kathy? C Tuck. We all up in here. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Making sure I ain't froze. All right, good. Okay. I see everybody popping in here. We was froze a little bit. Good morning, C Tuck. Man, so many backstories and crazy shit coming out about. I can't even keep up. I even had Tyrone Blackburn, who has been the attorney, who has been up Diddy's behind. You've seen Tyrone Blackburn and all of the. You've seen Tyrone Blackburn in all of the cases, all of the lawsuits, sexual lawsuits. He's been one of the main lawyers going after Diddy. He actually popped into my what did you call it? Instagram. So I gotta tell you a little something before we even get into everything. Remember yesterday we was talking about that juror. Good morning, Vanetta. We got to talk more about that juror. What up, RX, Desi, Tabitha, Grandma Kathy? What is going on with the crew? How y'all feeling? Wow. So before we even get into something, remember yesterday we were talking about the juror, the little shady juror who was fanned out. She was on the documentary, and the more she talked, the more it pissed me off. What's up, Lala? Good morning, Lala. Everybody, I ain't seen Lala in here. You was in here yesterday, my boy C Tuck. But Mel Mac, what's going on? What is going on? So get back to this juror. So, that post I made was going viral. Before we get into the actual show, this is some from yesterday. So Tyrone Blackburn, I think I hope I screenshotted it, but if I didn't, I should be able to find it easily. Tyrone Blackburn, that attorney who has been basically this Tyrone Blackburn has been the main attorney who has been suing Diddy. Well, he commented on my post about the juror. Now, where did I put that? Where did I put his post at? Actually, he said she was he said that she was tapping her feet and getting in all the other jurors' ears, laughing, just did not take her duty seriously at all. And if you saw the documentary, you know which juror I'm talking about. I actually believe it's juror 160. Juror 160, the young lady who everybody believes she's a fan, Tyrone Blackburn, said he was actually in the court and witnessed her just disturbing all the other jurors, just being very extra. And I thought it was very telling, and it was definitely an eye-opener that somebody who was actually there all the time. You know, I popped in and out, but I wasn't at the trial enough to see everything play out the way it played out. Oh, here it is right here. Check this out, y'all. So this is the actual post. If you're watching, you can see. Yeah, okay. Tisa, so sure, Mel Mac, you're right. Tisa Tales was talking about a certain juror doing all that, and I didn't put two and two together. She did say that during the trial. You are absolutely right, Mel Mac. But this from Tyrone Blackburn. I posted about that juror was fanned out. Then Tyrone Blackburn, you know, it's backwards, but you can see this blue check. This is Tyrone Blackburn, the actual real attorney who has so many Diddy case, sexual assault cases going on right now. But he says, when I said I said in my video she was fanned out. This is Tyrone Blackburn, the celebrity, the famous celebrity attorney, commenting on my post, said, "Yup, I was in the room. She was the main problem. Very animated. She was a fan, 100%. She did not take her duty seriously. She was also disrupting the other jurors, taping them or tapping them, passing notes, giggling, and clearly attempting to influence them." This is a woman who is a juror with a defendant who was on trial for sex trafficking, sexual assault, basically, just overall, just no respect, no regard for women or anybody for that matter. And this juror is in there acting that way. Man, that is fucking pitiful. Good morning, Shauna. Everybody wish Shauna a good morning. If you are in the chat, Shauna just said good morning to everybody. So, y'all, that's shameful. But now we got Tisa Tales said it. Mel Mac brought that to our attention. And I do remember Tisa Tales saying that there was a juror doing all that, but didn't know it was this young lady. And but then, you know what it goes back to, and I hate to have a little smoke for Judge Subramanian on this, but with all this going on, why didn't anybody do anything? Like, this is the stuff that I'm hearing that this juror did was completely and totally overboard, out of bounds. So how could that carry on? And from the description of it, it doesn't sound like she did this one day, 2 days. This sounds like an ongoing issue. You understand? Like, okay, we can. Hey, look, she's dead fucking wrong. Let's get that out the way. She is dead fucking wrong, right? But once we establish that, now we got to go to who was the authority? Who was the authority in the courtroom that allowed this to continue and proceed as if this was okay? That's the next question I have now. Let me go to the chat. Desi says it's all scripted flow and they're all in on it. I would not be surprised, Desi. I wouldn't be surprised. That, like you said, Mel Mac, it sounds like a daily occurrence. So how can how can a how can a judge allow that? Did he have extra pressure on him? Could he not say like that? Is the part that once I got past, like, okay, this chick was fanned out and she's dead wrong by not taking this serious. But now when I get past that, I'm like, okay, well then why in the fuck was this allowed? Because I'm picturing in my head, I haven't seen many jurors or where the jury sits at. I've never seen like tapping and giggling and like what? I thought you were supposed to just kind of be emotionless. Good morning, Elise. Cammy says, I wonder if Diddy paid her. Maybe, because we're gonna get into that too. But what do you all think? Because we're gonna get into this tampering witness stuff that was broken by actually Tisa Tells. We're gonna get into what she says that about the charges Diddy got coming up and why. And it all might make sense. And who knows what nuclear bomb 50 is sitting on over there? Because I know one thing about 50. And a lot of people don't know I am still a huge 50 fan back when he first hit. When he came with Many Men, wish death upon me, blood in my eyes, dog, and I can't see. I'm just trying to be what I'm destined to be. And niggas trying to take my life away. I put a hole in a nigga for fucking with me. My back on the rope, now you gon' see. Better watch how you talk when you talk about me. Cause I come and take your life away. Many men, many men. Wish death on me, Lord, I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Some days my heart turn cold. Have mercy on many men, many men. Wish death upon me. When that came out, and even before that, I was a huge 50 Cent fan. So I know a lot about 50 before I even actually met him and went on to be close to 50. And like I said, 50 co-signed my first record deal for me. And he's always, I don't care what nobody say about 50. When it comes to me, he has treated me like gold. And so I will always hold 50 down. But what I'm saying all that to say, 50 studies the art of war. So everything 50 does is calculated. That goes all the way back to how he just destroyed Ja Rule. You know, one of the rules of arts of war is you destroy your enemy completely. And this is why 50 goes so hard. But trust me, 50 didn't release all the bullets he had on the first documentary. 50 too smart for that. He studies the art of war, and you jab first. So I believe that documentary is a jab. And I believe 50 is sitting on some major stuff that can wipe Diddy once and for all from ever being able to do business again. Not only that, but he might not never get out of that fucking. Diddy might go from getting 50 months to when it's all said and done, never coming out, man. Never coming out because now he's inside. He has so much dirty laundry floating around. And now you got something you got somebody like 50 Cent who has all the momentum and resources and has footage that was like behind the scenes that was actually Diddy's footage that has fell into the hands of 50. So he has all the backstory. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is not over. Diddy, the thing about 50 Cent, and 50 Cent told me, 50 Cent will go overboard. So do you think off of the success of this documentary, you think 50 not coming back with more stuff that he's had tucked? Oh, for sure. Which is what leads me to the show today. That was 15 minutes of covering with the juror and kind of adding something that you needed to hear from yesterday. But now let's talk about these new charges. And give credit to Tisa Tales for bringing this to the light. Shout out to her. Hard working. She works hard. Give it up to Tisa. But tampering, obstruction of justice, tampering charges, and many more charges that have to do with those concepts, let's just say, could be coming. And from what people are saying, are coming. There was a guy named Neil. And Neil was mentioned in the court, mentioned by Cassie, documents, but he didn't take the stand. Neil has been rumored, or I don't know, it's been proven, so I'm just going to say alleged, that he's worked directly or was working with the feds or has some connection to the feds. Well, Neil also was so close to Diddy, or is so close to Diddy, that he wrote a letter of recommendation talking about how great of a person Diddy is, how great of a guy he is, how loving he is, how this, how that. I threw up in my mouth reading it. But it is being alleged that Neil and possibly some others are on that secret footage that 50 got his hands on. And they are on that footage harassing and meddling and tampering with witnesses, giving up their addresses, reaching out to them, offering to pay legal fees. So many things that are not appropriate for a defendant to be doing during a trial of this nature. Remember, this footage was only supposed to be secret footage, not secret, let's just not secret, but behind the scenes footage with Diddy. Diddy was originally going to do a Netflix documentary about how he beat the case. You know, he a narcissist. There's no way Diddy thought he was about to be held accountable. Diddy's been getting away with murder since the 90s. So there's no way he thought he was going to be found guilty of anything. So what he going to do? He's going to capitalize off people's pain. Document the whole process, do a big deal with Netflix, and live happily ever after. But that ever after never came. Because once the trial went left, Diddy scrapped the whole fucking Netflix documentary thing and went into his shell. And he did the same thing he's always done and that is not pay motherfuckers. But this time, not paying motherfuckers came back to bite you. Because this videographer said, if Diddy won't pay me, 50 Cent will pay me. Thus, 50 Cent has this footage, and Diddy and his lawyers are panicking because they don't even know exactly how much is on this footage. Remember, Diddy had this videographer recording everything. So imagine if it was you or me. If I had a videographer following me around for, I don't know, let's just say a month, 2 months, probably like a month or two, because the trial was around 8 weeks, and they were following them before the trial. So it might have been 90 days. Let's say about 3 months. Anybody that has a videographer following them around to document everything, including private client to lawyer conversations, in 90 days, you can't even recall what the hell might be on them tapes. Come on with it, Lily. Lily said, what's done in the dark will come to the light. Come on, Lily. This has just begun. If this guy Neil is on video giving out witnesses' addresses, calling up witness, I don't even, Diddy is very smart in some ways and extremely stupid in others. I don't know why you would have anybody recording this shit, but I tell you one thing, guess whose hands, if I got some if I got some behind the scenes video of me that I don't want to be out here, y'all know who the last person on earth you will want to have that footage. Thank you, Cammy. And I'm gonna touch on that. The last person you want to get their hands on some fucking footage like that is 50 Cent. 50 Cent does not stop once he has momentum in something. 50 taught me a lot about planning. 50 told me don't be a private plane with no wheels. This is what 50 told me. 50 Cent, I'm going to say that again. 50 Cent told me don't be a private plane with no wheels. Meaning, don't be a private plane flying high looking good and knowing that you have to eventually land, but when you land, you don't have any wheels. So you're looking at a beautiful private plane that is destined to crash. He told me a couple celebrities that were private planes, and I'm not going to say their names right now. But he definitely told me this. I remember we were in Texas. We were in Austin, Texas. That was that time I showed y'all the picture of me and 50, and we just got a chance to ride. It was just me, 50, and his one security guy. And he gave me so many gems that day. But that was one that I will never forget. 50 told me, don't be a private plane with no wheels. Oh, and so I'm going to whisper this. I'm going to tell you one of the celebrities that he said was a private plane with no wheels, because he don't like the motherfucker anyway now. So I can't say one. I ain't going to say the other one because that could start some shit. But, y'all family, I tell y'all, don't tell nobody. Please don't tell nobody what I'm saying right here. This is just between me and the thousands that listen to me, but don't tell nobody. But anyway, no, he said Floyd Mayweather was a private plane with no wheels and saying he looked good, but eventually the way he's going, it's going to be a horrible crash. So Floyd Mayweather is one person that 50 said he's a private plane with no wheels. Look good, look real good right now, but just wait. And so I'll never forget that. And so what that taught me and what that had me, what that did was, no matter how good things are going, I'm always planning for or bracing myself for a pivot or something else, or I'm always making sure that I can land. For example, I'll give you an example of that, and this is straight from advice from 50. When my TikTok got banned, the smart thing I did about it, my TikTok was going, I'm so big on TikTok. I was making enough money on TikTok and getting enough followers on TikTok. I didn't need shit. I didn't need nothing else. I didn't need no other apps. But I remember what 50 told me, that always had wheels. So as my TikTok was building, I worked my ass off to build up my Facebook. I had 800 followers. My Instagram, I had 800 followers. I didn't even have a YouTube. My YouTube channel was shit. It was like nothing. But while my TikTok was going crazy, instead of just focusing on that and just living and being happy with that and being content, I was busting my ass building all my other platforms up to give me those wheels. And guess what happened? TikTok banned me out of the clear blue for no good reason. I had no violations, nothing, just because I was calling out the healthcare system and standing up for Luigi as far as the message of how this healthcare is rigged, and they banned me. But guess what? I didn't have to cry. I didn't lose a step, because by the time they banned me, I had built up my YouTube. I had built up my Facebook. I had built up my Instagram. So when they banned me, they didn't do anything but make everybody run over to my podcast. And that's what blew my podcast up. TikTok banning me blew my podcast up because I had just launched my podcast. So shout out to 50 for that advice. And I'm just letting y'all know why I go so hard and why I love 50 so much. This is just one thing. 50 has given me so many gems. I could talk for hours, but I won't do that because of that one listener out there that talking about they don't want to hear all my personal shit. No, I'm just playing. I love you. But anyway, yeah, but that's the truth. 50, that's why me and 50 are close. I always will hold him down, and I look forward to, as my journey, as I grow and grow and grow, I'm sure I will be doing a 50 Cent interview for sure at some point. But yeah, 50 Cent dropped a lot of gems, and he's very good when it comes to the art of war. So Diddy should be fucking scared shitless. Neil was mentioned in the court. Cassie said Neil would actually arrange shit, freak offs, whatever. So Neil is dirty. But remember, Diddy said in the documentary, on the behind the scenes, he told his lawyer, we need the companies who work with the dirtiest of the dirtiest. Now, what is that supposed to mean? To me, it means illegal or borderline illegal. And so, even if 50 didn't want to hand this over to the feds, I believe they would subpoena that footage and force 50 to do it anyway. Diddy in trouble. Diddy in trouble. And it ain't, and like I said, for that, but that's what, hey, look, that's where the saying go. The saying that's when they say, whatever makes you laugh will make you cry. That's what they mean. See, when Diddy wasn't paying mofos, it was funny. But it ain't so funny when the rabbit got the gun. It ain't so funny when the rabbit got the gun. And so now this, and I'm saying lowly videographer, I'm speaking from Diddy's perspective. In Diddy's mind, this is just a lowly videographer who I can just say, I ain't paying you shit, leave me alone. Well, not paying somebody is you about to pay the ultimate price. Now, you're about to pay the ultimate price if this is true and they have footage of you tampering with witnesses and obstructing justice. And you know something I want to speak on? Let me see. Yeah, look, Desi said, thank you. Desi said, we promise we won't tell anyone. Thank you, Desi. I know I can count on the community to keep my little secrets in-house and not have me in trouble with mofos, even though y'all know I don't give a fuck. But thank you, Cammy, for giving us that information. The guy had 140 hours of footage of Diddy. Do you know? Let me give you an idea. Let me give you let me give you a let me give you a let me put that in perspective. Let me put that in perspective. Let me put that in perspective. The documentary is 4 hours long. Y'all hear me? The documentary is 4 hours long. They have 140 hours of behind the scenes Diddy. Do you understand how fucked up this is going to get for Diddy? When you are somebody like Diddy and you drugged out all the time and you doing whatever you want and you're sloppy. We understand he was moving sloppy when you're on top of the world and feel like can't nobody do nothing to you. You tend to be sloppy about the things you do because you don't feel like anything's going to happen to you anyway. So can you imagine? All right, put it like this. Here you go. Imagine your worst enemy having 140 hours of behind the scenes shit on you. 140 hours. Wouldn't you be nervous? I would be nervous. Your enemy, your arch rival, exactly, Vanetta, thought you was invincible. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Not to mention, your main attorney is also pissed off at you and also has lost trust because you was recording his ass and he ain't even know it. He ain't even know it. He ain't even know it. I don't know if y'all remember that song. He ain't even know it. Shout out to Rocco. And now we understand that Rick Ross line. Now that I'm saying, oh, I'm in my bag today. Remember that song? You ain't even know it. If y'all remember that song, you ain't even know it. Put a 1 in the chat. I don't expect many of y'all to remember that song, but follow me, y'all. Follow me, y'all, because I'm about to land the plane on this song. You ain't even know it. There was a song called You Ain't Even Know It. And Rick Ross, who has been rumored to be diddly with Diddy. Exactly. Ross called a lawsuit. But now let's look deeper into this now, C-Tuck. Because now we have the benefit of new information. Everybody and their mama, even the most, there are some journalists who I respect who don't really think that Diddy actually put up money to kill Tupac. And I'm only saying this because this is a journalist who are definitely not just writing and saying Diddy did everything. These are respected journalists. But even those same journalists all agree and all said, because they know from personal experiences of people they know, that the one thing that they know 1,000% sure that Diddy did over these years was drug and grape people. Or should we say rug and grape? We got a new vocabulary these days. Rug and grape, drug and grape. Y'all know what that is, right? Now, Rick Ross and Diddy have been rumored to be doing all kind of weird shit together. And there was a time, and this is why 50 really hates Diddy, even though he won't say it publicly how much he hates him. But when 50 was beefing with Rick Ross, Diddy teamed up with Rick Ross, and I don't know what, a lot of rumors going around about what the hell Diddy and Rick Ross was doing together. I ain't gonna touch it. But I'm gonna go back to this song, You Ain't Even Know It. Remember that lawsuit Ross caught? Put Molly all in her drink. She ain't even know it. Molly is basically a date grape drug. Now, he caught a lawsuit, and that's a fucked up line, but now, when you think about that line, with all the information we have, and Rick Ross was running around Diddy, what exactly was this just par for the course? Molly all in his drink, and he ain't even know it. Molly all in her drink, and she ain't even know it. And now next thing you know, people waking up with their butt hurt and don't know why they butt hurt. Oh, this shit is, hey, this is about to get crazy. You following me, C-Tuck? Think about it. He was so confident to say Molly all in her drink, she didn't know. And now we know that Diddy was the king of putting stuff in people's drinks and getting wild. And they don't even know. They just waking up butt hurt, sore. The next thing they know, they're looking at Diddy next to him. This is a big problem. Desi says lots of things are making real sense in 2025. Crazy. See, Tuck said, go ahead and cook for. I'm picking up what you laying down, brother, for sure. I want to talk about the time, because all this shit, man, and I have to admit, I was a kid, but I was fooled, man. I thought, and let me tell you something, man. Shout out my Uncle Marv, man. My Uncle Marv, I'm telling y'all, they used to call me, they used to kind of call me Puff, because I threw parties. I like to dance. I was a good dancer. Diddy ain't no good dancer. I was always a good dancer. A real, like, anybody know me know that was my thing. I could dance my ass off. Still can, but I don't really dance no more. I fucking fell in the shower yesterday or a couple of days ago, y'all. And so I don't know if I can dance the way I right now. But I fell in the shower the other day like an old ass man. I couldn't believe it. Tore up the whole shower curtain. And when you come in there, it feel like it looked like a murder scene. Shauna thought I died in that motherfucker. Shower water busting me all in my head. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Wrist fucked up, hip hurt. Fell in the shower. That's some true old man shit. But anyway, back when Biggie died, I'm not thinking Diddy got nothing to do with it. Man, I was thinking when Diddy came out dressed like the Tooth Fairy and all white, dancing around like stomping on roaches all over the stage. I thought he was genuine at that time. My Uncle Marv back then was like, man, that Diddy a phony motherfucker. And I thought my Uncle Marv was a big hater. He said Diddy, he called Diddy. That, it hurt me because Uncle Marv was one of my favorite uncles. And Diddy was like at the time, like probably my number one rapper or producer or whatever, man. I was fooled. You know, I'll be straight honest with y'all. But now that I get the information now, man, I feel like shit. This motherfucker puts on all white, dressed like the Tooth Fairy, stomping on roaches all over the stage, smiling and twirling and spinning. 2 months after your best friend is killed. And the saddest part is something I just found out, man. Damn, did I? Oh, I screenshot it. Boy, I'll be happy because sometimes I forget to screenshot stuff that I want to share with y'all. But I didn't. Okay, I didn't forget to screenshot this. Now y'all know Faith. That was Biggie's girl. Like y'all remember, if you even remember the movie, Faith and Biggie were an item, got kids together. So Faith, imagine how Faith felt when Diggy got killed. Yeah, that was his wife. So imagine how she felt when her husband, her child's father, is killed, right? Well, while all the people who really love Biggie are mourning, Diddy is planning his fucking campaign on how he can use this death to propel his career. Y'all are cracking up in the. I can't be serious with y'all. I can't even be serious. Y'all in the chat talking about the Tooth Fairy. Somebody done found the emoji. He was dressed like the fucking Tooth Fairy. So, and he was stomping roaches all over the he was stomping roaches all over the stage and smiling, happy as hell to be propelling his career. He don't give a fuck about Biggie. But let me go back to Faith. So Diddy planned this big performance to take his career to another level. And you know the song, I'll be met with every step you take. Y'all know the song. Y'all know Faith was the singer on that song. So when it was time to do the performance, Diddy requested Faith and let her know they were doing a performance. Faith said she didn't want to do it. She wasn't ready. She was hurting. She was in pain. She was dealing with the fact that not only her loved one is gone, but her child will be fatherless. Her baby. Diddy forced her and threatened to blackball her whole fucking career if she didn't perform. So when you watch that performance and you see Faith in fighting for her life to shit, to get the song out, not cry, know that she didn't want to do that shit. You have to be a total POS to force a woman who is dealing with the loss of her husband or her child's father or whatever, her loved one, and force her to hit the stage for your own benefit. Says here, this is from Faith Evans' book, Keep the Faith, her memoir from 2008. If you want to get the book, go to Amazon or wherever you get your books from. I'm gonna read this excerpt, man. This shit pissed me off. In the late summer, while I'll Be Missing You was still running the airwaves, Puff was invited to perform the song along with myself and 112 at MTV Video Music Awards. This is Faith speaking. I heard through Cheryl, excuse me, I heard through Cheryl that he wanted me there and told her it was not going to happen. I did the song, I did the video, but I'm not ready for that kind of performance. You know, Puff's not trying to hear that, she said. But do you see the difference? Anybody who truly loved Biggie knew that performance was performative. It was shallow. It was not about honoring Biggie. It was about propelling the diddler and moving his career to new heights. And that is why Faith and anybody who truly loved Biggie would not have wanted to participate in that. You see, Sting, now one thing I even thought back then, I was like, because, you know, Sting sings the part, can't you see you belong to me? You know, whatever. Sting sung that part, that Sting song, whatever, right? That's a remake of his shit. But even then, I thought like Sting didn't want to be there. Sting didn't seem like he wanted to be there, or he didn't like Diddy or something, because he was just singing like a fucking statue. No emotion, nothing. And so I feel like everybody on that stage knew it wasn't right and probably felt it in their gut. But while everybody else was emotional, Faith was in tears, you could hear it in her voice. You see Sting, it's just like, hey, I'm just here so I won't get fined. Sting wasn't excited to be there. But who was the only one? And there was all kind of people on that stage. The only one who didn't have any real emotion and wasn't really sad was the Tooth Fairy. And he just continued to jump and step and spin and twirl and smile. And it was all peaches for him because his career was going to another level. Let's go ahead and continue to read in this memoir. I don't care, Faith went on to say. I have to put my foot down. Why can't I just take some time? She said. I began to avoid Puff at all costs. If I heard he was at the studio, I didn't go. If I got a message that he called, I didn't call back. I hope he would give up and just use a backing vocal track for my part of the song. I felt like I didn't need to physically be there to sing the song. Puff was promoting his album, and I understood that. But I was leery of performing at that point. I was still trying to figure out what my next move would be in the music industry. And in many ways, I was still trying to deal with my own grief. I just needed some time to work on my family and myself and adjust to what the next steps would be. Cheryl was with me in the studio. One afternoon when Puff called looking for me, she answered the phone. I could tell by the look on her face that Puff was cussing her out. She's not ready to perform that song, I heard her say. I could hear screams coming from the other end of the phone. I don't understand that, but things have been really. And then Cheryl winced and just looked at me, exhaled, and passed me the phone. Do you understand what kind of maniac we dealing with here? Somebody in the chat said, did he dance across the stage like he won the damn lottery? Yeah, something happened to me, y'all. I don't want nobody dancing and twirling and dressed in all white, dancing across the stage, smiling and framing it as if it's honoring me. I don't want that. But let's check this out, y'all. So this maniac is screaming. He don't give a damn about, this is Biggie's. If you care so much about Biggie, this is Biggie's wife. This is Biggie's child's mother. So you care so much about Biggie, he's so much of your friend that you scream and cuss and force Faith to perform on stage while you dance around like you got ants in your pants. My granny used to always say, boy, sit your ass down. You around here like you got ants in your pants. But you care so much about him, but you shitting on his woman and his child. Got it. So let's go ahead, go on and read. After she passed the phone, Puff, I'm not ready, Faith said. You not ready? He yelled. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm still trying to get my shit together. Look, we here and we gotta live. We have a hit song right now and we need to perform it together. If you're not ready, get ready. It's not that simple. Faith, listen to me. You want to give up on your career? Fine. But you will not fuck up my shit. Do you hear me? And then Faith said, fine, I'll do the show. I hung up and collapsed onto the sofa in the studio lounge, sobbing hysterically. Cheryl sat down next to me and tried to comfort me. You could have said no, she said. I know that. I said, still crying. But he just gets under my skin and I feel like I can't. And you got dudes run around defending this asshole and wonder why I don't defend it. Fuck Diddy. And anybody like Diddy. I want to be clear on that. It ain't just Diddy. I don't like anybody that operate like that. She could have just had the vocals playing, but that's a control freak. Thank you, Elise. I see it. Hold on, let me go back to Elise. You know I don't miss it. Shout out to Elise for the $10 holla. Say happy Taco Tuesday. Get Juice a treat. I sure will. Thank you for the taco. Thank you for the taco. Thank you. I appreciate you, Elise, always so supportive. Yeah, Diddy even tried to pull a fast one on Sting, but Sting had his paperwork right and made it straight. Diddy tried to just steal the damn song. Everybody shout out at least for that $10 holla. I'm cooking today. What's up, Tracy? Grandma Kathy says, please say a big shout out to Tracy, one of the viewers that helped me in my time of need. I will never forget her. Tracy, let's everybody give a shout out to Tracy for helping Grandma Kathy, for helping her in a time of need. Is it Tracy White? Which Tracy is it? Or are we keeping this Tracy nameless? But whatever Tracy this is, that's a beautiful thing and a beautiful thing for you to say, Grandma Kathy. And like I always say, one thing the Flow Show No Filter gonna do is get mushy at some point. Remember I told y'all that. We can't go a full episode without being mushy at some point. And I like it. What if I told you? Oh, it's Tracy White. Okay, Tracy White. Well, everybody get Tracy White her flowers. Tracy White is one of my favorite supporters. Tracy White holds me down on Facebook. She holds me down with super chats. She holds me down on the events I have. I can't say enough about Tracy. But if y'all would do me a favor, let's celebrate Tracy right now, man. Tracy is as genuine and as sweet as they come. So everybody, let's give Tracy her flowers, hand claps, and everything, man. Tracy is legend. I definitely believe that. She is a beautiful person, in and out. I'll run through a brick wall twice for Tracy right now, if she needed me to. So thank you for sharing that, Grandma Kathy, and letting us know which Tracy it was. And I can see Tracy's already responded. Tracy says, y'all, I am always here for my fam. It's rare to have people like y'all. Yeah, we got something special, y'all. We really do. We have something special, a special group that, makes me feel good to wake up in the morning and know when I open this laptop that it's going to be a whole bunch of great motherfuckers that hold me down and know that I got y'all back, man. We got something special, and we're gonna take this to the top. We top 5%. We taking this to the top 1%. And after that, just number one. We're gonna show people we can do it the right way. I've grown tremendously, and I've never just did shit for views. I've always did shit to be genuine and know that, so people know I'm coming from a genuine place. That's what's more important to me than views. I feel like views are gonna come. I feel like followers will come. Success will come. But when the success comes, when you build it the right way, the more successful I become, the more grounded I'll stay, because I have that same group with me that started with me. Many of my TikTokers from my beginning of stages, TikTok gave me the platform to boost me into who I became to you all. And many of those same TikTokers still follow me right now. I like all my followers pretty much don't go nowhere, man, because we got something special. And I appreciate y'all. And as a matter of fact, since y'all want to come on here getting mushy, got a little fan mail, a little fan to read. I'm going to have her name nameless because I didn't tell her I was even going to read this. So I'm not going to put her out there. But she says, hey, Flo, it's your resident scientist. I was screaming at the podcast this morning when you were asking about episode 4. I wanted to yell. They talked about the jury not being sequestered. You were right. Also, you said 50 would do more if there was interest. I don't know how close you are to his ear. He has to keep shining the light on this issue. These poor people need their champion. Like Epstein, it was so well made, and I'm convinced he did it all. Well, that's it. Life sucks, as I am a scientist whose career spent in infectious disease has been eviscerated by ignorance. I have 2 kids, high school and middle school, and a husband who were assaulted, and the police looked the other way. Now he suffers and is in pure hell. Me and 10 others are trying to find our new career. Unfucking believable. Keep up the great work. I am waiting for my flowers. I know they are coming, and they are coming. So let's pray for this. Everybody put prayers in the chat for this member of our community who needs some prayers. They're looking for their new career path. We all know it's tough for all of us out here, but one thing we all gonna do is pray for everybody in this community and send positive energy. And we're gonna just call this the scientist, y'all. If you want to be praying for the scientist, she is another beautiful listener, fan, supporter. She's always popping in and saying something positive to me, and it didn't stop there. And I'll read what I said. I said, wow, this is on Instagram. I said, wow, yes, your flowers are coming soon. Nice hearing from you. I'm definitely going to stay on 50's neck. And also, she popped back in. And remember, I told you I addressed the fan mail of some person who said that, you know, they kind of like got lost with some of the personal talk. And I said, that's what we do here. I'm not CNN. I'm not TMZ. I love my community. My community loves me. And that comes before any of these stories. The stories will come and go. But me and my community going to be here rocking forever. If it ain't even a fucking news story. Tomorrow, it might not even be a news story. We still going to be on here talking. And we love each other. But I love what this listener said about that episode and about what I said. She says, I love what you said about the community. I'm jealous of C. Tuck, Angela, Grandma Kathy, because they get to interact with you. You do love us, and we love you. And then I responded, thank you. Y'all are such a blessing to me. Love always, Flo. And in a nutshell, that is what we're doing here. And this is what I'm building, y'all. I ain't CNN, man. I ain't TMZ. I love my people. I'm not doing this shit for clicks and views. I'm not, like I said, I know I can get more views if I just come in here for the very first minute, Diddy to the last minute and be out. I would get more views for that. But I don't want those views. I want genuine people who care about people, not just stories. Because if you just care about stories, nothing wrong with it, but that's not what I'm building here. We talk about these stories because we care about people. I'm not a gossip king. Anybody knows me personally knows I don't do gossip. I don't like talking about nothing. I don't like talking about nobody's shit. I don't. That's not what I do. So we talk about these stories because we care about the victims. We care about people. And that's why. So that's why it's no difference between us talking about the stories or talking about, let's pray for Tahara as she has brain surgery and she came out of brain surgery. That had nothing to do with Diddy. That had a lot to do with our community. So thank you to that listener for chiming in and saying that she loved what I said yesterday and she loves the community, loves me. I love her. It's just so much love. Let's just keep the love going, y'all. And I appreciate all the flowers. If you're listening, Miss Scientist, you have so many praying hands in the chat right now. This whole community has wrapped you in their arms, and your next career is coming, and it's going to be bigger and better than anything you've ever done in your life. That's a fact. And with that said, let's get the hell out of here. I appreciate all of y'all. Let's make this. Let's continue to. Let's make this podcast number one. Let's continue to share and show we don't have to have a toxic community where we cussing each other out and we on here just gossiping and we you know, like the typical stuff. Like y'all be in the chats on YouTube and stuff. No disrespect. That's just not what I want, and that's not what I'm building. I love what we doing over here. So let's continue to do it. Shout out to C. Tuck, Desi, Lily, Elise, Grandma Kathy, Tracy, Cammy, Chocolate One, Shauna, Fire Glory, Lala, Tasha. I think I said Lily, of course. If I miss you, y'all know I always say blame it on the head, not the heart, because you know I love every single last one of y'all, including the ones who criticize, because ain't nothing wrong with criticism as long as it comes from a place of love. That's what I feel. So at any rate, I really enjoyed this episode for some reason. This is one of my favorite episodes. I don't even know why. And I didn't even know it was going to be. Good morning, Chrissy. Good morning, Chrissy. Yeah, I see all the love in the chat. Yeah, y'all know we come here to love on each other, have fun, and talk about these cases, and just we just each other's crutches. That's all we are. We support one another. We're gonna grow and grow and grow and grow. When I first started, it used to be one or two people in the chat, one or two people on the live. Now we got 50, hundreds, and growing and growing and growing. So C Tuck says, no. I'm gonna start with Grandma Kathy. Oh, hold on. Let me know. I see Lily talking about prayers. Okay, so let's see what Lily talking about. Family, let's keep prayers going for Tahara and my nana, who is finally home from the hospital as well. Thank you for sharing that, Lily. You know that y'all know the drill. I don't even have to tell y'all. Y'all know what to do. Grandma Kathy says, I love this place. It makes my day, and each and every one of you make me laugh. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Grandma Kathy. My bro C Tuck says, have a safe and wonderful day, everybody. We got to get C Tuck back on the show again, probably for another Friday if he available. We might have another freestyle Friday and bring my boy C Tuck on there. Let me know, C Tuck, if Friday, if you available. Lee says, I'm out. Y'all, please be safe. Have a wonderful day. Hey, and anybody, I don't know if anybody keep up with Big R, but let me know and make sure everything good with Big R. And I remember her daughter was like stuck in, was it Jamaica or somewhere? Big Mama, let me know if you hear from her, or Big R, if you see this. Go in the comments and say replay gang or something. Let us know you all right. Haven't seen you all week. Desi says, peace to all on Taco Tuesday. Have a wonderful day. And I am out. The legend, Tracy, we just calling her the legend today, says, I'm out, but we'll be on replay shortly. I love y'all. Lala says, love y'all. I'm out. Oh, Grandma Kathy says she's going to tell her Drake secret on Thursday, so tune in. Lily says, have a great day. Everyone, love to y'all, and I'm out. And let's see. I'm in this. Fire Glory says, hey, have a warm day, Flo and crew. I'm out. And Chocolate One says, peace and love, everybody. I'm out. We're going to end it right there. And as always, I love y'all, but I'm